And now we are live on the air for this year-end live stream of Catholic Table Talk. Thank you all for joining us today as we just kind of wrap up the year here. Very excited to have all you with us. If you have a question about the show or the live stream, please drop them down in the comments below. We'll try to get them to them a little bit later in the show. Um, Again, this is just on Instagram and on YouTube. So again, the recordings will be up once the live stream has ended. Only got a few minutes here today. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but we're going to talk about the 2023 year in review, coming up shows, maybe some job opportunities that I have here at the show, as well as just questions that you may have on the live stream on YouTube or Instagram. And so again, make sure you share the live stream to family and friends, whether on YouTube or Instagram, to see see what's happening. So first of all, to get the live stream started again, first of all, the podcast would not be here without your continued support. So thank you so much for supporting us the past year in 2023. It's been an incredible year. Lots of growth on Facebook, Instagram, as well as YouTube. It's been slow, but it's been very steady, and that's okay. So thank you for that. For our 2023 goals that we set out for, which I'll review in last year's live stream. I kind of almost laughed at myself. Like, this is very poor goals I had last year. Was just getting on Twitter, which is now X. Getting on Spotify by the end of the year. I did both of those things, and I got on more platforms in the first 2 months of the year. So that was a very low goal, I guess you could say. So again, we accomplished them probably like the first 2 months of the year, even though it was supposed to be our year. But we got them done, which is really great. Some of the fascinating shows that we had throughout the year was, of course, non-Catholic questions and discussions. We had Father Aaron Kuhn on, as well as Protestant Troy Mark, and we talked about just what do Catholics believe? Why do Catholics believe it? And we had more open debate, which I think a lot of you found very informative and very interesting. We also had Matthew Arnold on, Steve Piccone, just to name a few. Of course, Ken Lichtru's been on a few times. I think probably one of the best weeks, so best shows that, at least in the rhythm, was probably right around Holy Week. We had Denying Absolution, Defending Pro-Life with Chloe Kramer, Bill Snyder with Patch Heart Work Ministry, and then just the Holy Days Explained and ideas to do during the Holy Week. So about a month there, we really had a great show, lots of great shows there, which I found really pretty cool. And of course, lots of by myself, Brian Mercier, Dr. Jerry Surratt came on about the Eucharist. That was a lot of fun and informative. Savannah Duckjoy came on. Mike Creevy, always well-informed, well-spoken man right there. And then we kind of got into more of the books. As we kind of got into the fall, we talked about, like I said, YouTube playlist, books to get, still up. You can still have time for the holiday season. We have all the books to get that we've had throughout the show. So we had Kimberly Bragon talking about her book, and Sister Mary Josephina about the life of Sister Miriam Winina. Tom Baselli joined us again from Newsmax. Bear Wozniak and Gary Matruya and Father Gabriel, all these great speakers and men and women of the faith throughout the year. So again, like I said last year, picking one or the other, my favorite one, can't do that. Want to be fair, and plus, I really don't know. I'm just, like I said, more than honored and more than privileged to have all these great men and women on the show to talk about the faith throughout the year. And to be honest, I think we only missed a few weeks of the year. So again, really more consistency this year than last year on producing shows. And again, we're on most podcast platforms. We recently just got on Amazon Music. So now you can go on Amazon and find all of our shows on Amazon. Okay, so that was kind of the review of the year. Coming upcoming shows. And we got about 2 to 3 more shows left of the year. One just came out this morning. I talked about just the rise of conservative priests in the church, if that's a good or bad thing. That was this morning's episode, so go and watch it on most podcast platforms. Um, Next couple of weeks are going to be a little interesting how I do it. I'm going to have a show on Christmas, as well as Matthew Arnold is coming on the show to talk about the feast day on January 2nd, the most holy name of Jesus. And again, we'll have about 2 to 3 weeks off during the holiday season. So I believe the last episode will be December 14th. So again, new show just came out this morning, but after this week, we'll only have 2 shows left of the year. And then on YouTube, you can always see the preview for just a Merry Christmas wish and thank you from all of us from here. And again, I mean, that's to be the last time you really hear from us until the new year. So again, we'll have a couple weeks off like we normally do. But so again, the next 2 weeks are going to be Matthew Arnold on the Feast of the Most Holy Name of Jesus. And I'm going to do a show on about Christmas. Not really sure what yet, but we'll do a show on that. In January, so we'll have a show January 4th, I believe it is. Again, don't know what's going to be the topic. But after that, it's probably going to be myself. After that, it's going to be a great lineup. Not really sure what order yet. We're still making up dates with these speakers, including Jason Everett. Maybe you have heard of him. He has a lot. Lester's Bowling Podcast, national speaker. Chuck Charboy has made a commitment to come back, he said. Dr. Julia Sestasnik, her book is Talk to Your Kids About Sex. That's going to be a good one. And, I mean, just more and more from there. I'm already trying to start making spoken speakers for February. So again, if you have a show or a speaker request, I am taking them for February and beyond to get them on the show. And for themes, like maybe we'll do one of Lent or we do one of Christmas, or I said that last year I was going to do more of it. I'm going to try to do more of it this year. So maybe during Lent, focus more on Lent things, tasks. And then, Easter, focus more on Easter stuff. Again, not promising anything. I really liked how we did it last year, though. So maybe we'll do it again. Maybe we'll do it more this year on themes of the seasons or themes on the feast days, whatever. Hopefully do more of that. Okay. Also 2024 goals. So right now, again, I would say probably Facebook is probably the biggest platform we are on. Again, Instagram is good. YouTube is really growing. YouTube, again, we try to do stuff different on each platform, so make sure you follow us and subscribe and everything on each platform. At least YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and that stuff. Again, some of you are not really on True Social or Get to or anything quite yet. But again, those are kind of backups if we get kicked off of that. So again, for goals for 2024 is I want we're hoping to get 2,000 followers on YouTube and Facebook or subscribers, which is it's a big goal, especially where we're sitting right now. But with your help with sharing the show and just making us more known, I mean that's how we're going to get there. So we need your support on that. Also, so 2,000 followers on YouTube and Facebook, basically the two biggest platforms are on. 1,000 on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, and then 500 on the West, which is again, Get to a Truth Social, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all that stuff. Acre. So again, we're getting there, but again, this is probably where you can step up the most and help us reach our goals. And with that, I mean, again, it's more. It helps speakers come on the show more when they see, oh, he has a few more. He has 1,000 subscribers instead of, you got a few on here. It's very select margin of, each platform. So again, share the show, like the show, and keep watching us to help us grow and reach more people. because again, that's how we're going to get to our goals in 2024. Also, again, I also mentioned throughout the year, Buffer is kind of a web page. It's not really a website; it's a web page, and it really works good for a web page. We're gonna try to maybe be on that still. Um, we're gonna try to get a shop going, so we're going to see about that. But again, we still have merchandise, so contact us at email or DM us on social media for merchandise and sponsorship details. We just had a new list of sponsorship plans come out. So again, if you know of a business, you have a business, or maybe just want sponsor your show yourself for your peers community, please let us know. So that's about with that. And this kind of goes hand in hand with what I just said with the kind of helping out us grow and helping maybe getting more of a shop together is internship and jobs. Now these are more kind of volunteer internship. I mean, again, the internship's not getting paid. The jobs that I have thinking about probably more volunteer work, which again, it's only about probably 5 hours a week I need. Um, but again, if you're in school, if you or maybe you like to see how a YouTube channel is run or a Facebook page or whatever the case might be, right? How you get all your podcasts on Spotify and everything. I am looking for an intern person to help with that. Just because again, we have a podcast that has all these platforms and all this content, and the only one who's really making it work, the hobby turns into work very, very fast. And again, this is a hobby. I don't want to have it be a second job. So again, I am looking for interns to help out with the show, and I have reached out to a couple professors at colleges. And so yeah, if you're looking for again, see how you run a YouTube page or channel, how you work Instagram, how you do this, ins and outs on podcasts, let me know. Again, email us or DM us on social media to learn more about jobs and internship for Catholic Table Talk, as well as of course partnership, all that as well. Also, Tam Books, we've done a lot of them with all the books to get. Tam Books is we're going to partner with them pretty soon about if you buy a book, 15% of that money from that book goes back to fund the show. So we want to try set that up as fast as possible. I just learned about a month ago, so we'll get that going as well. And yeah, that's about it. We have about a couple of things left. So again, just kind of review. Not a lot of goals last year. Again, I said this was going to be a make or break year for the show. I think I'm still being called to do the show, so I'm going to still continue to do it. But again, it really comes down to you and helping share the show with your friends and family. Um, Basically, anyone you talk to on the street, I don't care. But again, to get us to that 2,000 subscribers on certain platforms, 1,000 on the other ones, 500 on a few more, that's where we need your help. And again, like I said, partnerships and helping support the show is financially is a huge thing too. So we can be on national radio, um, commercials advertising the show. And I have reached out too. It's like again, I mean, I'm open to speaking at events. I'm open to speaking on podcasts. What I would do to help grow the show that way as well. Um, I think that's about it. I'm not forgetting anything. I hope. Um, Again, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll try to get back to them as fast as I can on it. Uh, Take a drink. But I mean, that's pretty much it. Again, 2024 is going to be a good year, and hopefully, again, it's busy. I would like to be a hobby, not really an extra job. Um, but again, 2023 was a really good year for us. Consistent shows, lots of speakers who are willing to come back on. Basically, most all the speakers said they'll be willing to come back on. So yeah, but otherwise, like I said, I'll get back to your questions as soon as we can. Thanks for watching, and again, thank you for continued support, and make sure you share the show. And well, that's about it. 2024 in about 20 minutes, so not too bad. And again, new show out now. It's about conservative priests. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Next week, we hope to have Matthew on about the feast of the Most Holy Name of Jesus. Next week's Christmas, and then the next week we'll have a show. We'll have a Christmas special, and then that's it until January 4th. And then we start a new year, going into year 3 already, folks. Can you believe it? I can't. Um, but so, but again, the show can go a long ways, and you can be part of it in 2024. But until next time, we'll see you next time on Captain Table Talk Podcast. Again, go watch the show. Also, one quick thing I just reminded in the start of this. Because I just put this out without really many people noticing, but if you have noticed, the past couple episodes, we have done a little something different at the beginning and the ending of each one. We actually have a intro and out and conclusion now, which is what podcast should have, right? Um, so thanks to Bill Snyder, one of the guests this year at Patriot Work Ministry. He recorded it for me, and we got it on. So again, uh, go support Patriot Work Ministry too. And again, so thanks to Bill for getting the intro and the conclusion, because that's pretty cool. At least I think it's pretty cool, and it's pretty cool to mess around with more of the software. I feel more techy now, even though I'm still learning the ropes. But again, come on board with me, internship, follow along our year, and hey, let's do it again next year, and we'll see you next time on Catholic Table Talk Podcast. The podcast where Catholic is on the table.